Locking your spouse out. Is it legal? Dustin McCrary, divorce attorney and founder of the law office of Dustin McCrary, discusses the issue of keeping a spouse out of the home after they've chosen to leave. Hi, I'm Dustin McCrary. I'm glad you've joined me today. If you found my site, it's likely that you may be contemplating or in the midst of a divorce. If so, and you and your spouse have already separated, you may be wondering what the rules are with respect to the home for the spouse that's left. It's a fair question, and one that's important to answer. Let's assume, for example, that a couple separates and the husband moves out of the home. The wife and the children remain in the home, but the husband keeps showing up unannounced, and quite frequently at that. One day he might show up to visit with the children. The next day he might show up to grab some tools from the garage. And then maybe the next week he shows up to grab some food from the refrigerator. It's not unheard of. After this happens repeatedly, the question often arises, what can be done about this? If you're the spouse who remained in the marital home, do you have to let the other spouse in any time he or she decides to drop by? It's a reasonable question, but unfortunately the solution to this sort of problem will not typically be easy or pleasant. Of course, the first and best step to take before doing anything else is to try simply talking to your spouse. After all, divorce is an emotionally difficult and very confusing time for many people. It's entirely possible that your spouse simply feels lonely or homesick or misses the kids and isn't really thinking things through. He or she honestly might not realize how much it's bothering you or that it might not be for the best. In these cases, sometimes the best thing to do is simply to be honest and clear about your feelings. Doing so might be enough and solve the problem. Unfortunately, in some cases, simply trying to talk to your spouse doesn't work. If that's the case, you should make an attempt to give your spouse a more formal sort of notice, in writing, so that you have a record. This could be an email, a letter sent by certified mail, even a text message if you can prove when you sent and what you said. If you have an attorney, having an attorney send the letter for you is an even better and more legally sound option. After you've officially given notice to your spouse that you no longer want he or she to come to the home without permission, you can and should, if you fear for your safety or well-being, change the locks to the home. This will send a very clear, tangible, and direct message to your soon-to-be ex-spouse that you mean business and that you're serious about not wanting he or she to come into the house without your permission anymore. Be clear, direct, and honest. In most cases, being honest with your spouse and taking the step of changing the locks is usually sufficient to take care of this issue. If it doesn't, however, you may unfortunately need to take the next and significantly more serious step in involving law enforcement. You may have to go to your county magistrate's office and swear out a warrant for their arrest on grounds of domestic criminal trespass. As you might expect, this will be a less than pleasant experience for everyone involved. It should be used as a last resort, but it's a step that you must be willing to take, if necessary, for your health and well-being and that of your children. Ultimately, if you're facing this difficult issue or any other issue in the divorce process, it can make a world of difference to your peace of mind to have the help of a knowledgeable and experienced attorney. If you're ready to take that important step and move forward toward addressing these issues and many others, I'm here for you. I would welcome the opportunity to learn your story and how I might be able to help. Call me anytime. I look forward to speaking with you soon.